don't mind me buzzing.
Shouldn't pick up that much actually.
Is the video coming through? I don't see it on my screen.
It should be. Is it
It's just black. Could just be my.
No, yeah. Sometimes it does it.
All right.
But if you pull it up on your phone,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a little bit of a delay in today's Totally Local podcast. This week's Totally Local podcast. With me, as always, is my co-host Leo. Hello, Leo.
Hello, everybody.
And manning the boards today, Ming. Thank you. And we'd like to welcome you all to this week's episode.
Episode number 20.
Episode number 20.
How time flies.
How time does fly. And
Yeah.
Time did fly today.
It flew so fast for you. You were 20 minutes late for the show.
I mean, I don't know. 20 minutes, really?
30? What time is it?
It's 2:20. So if any,
there you
it's 2:19. But I mean, it's not like I just got here. We were prepping and doing stuff. Now I just wanna make it go live, and then I'll be ready to do my thing here. Is that okay with you, Leo?
You are the host of the show.
Am I? I mean, today
I
it
just go make jokes in the sides.
Well, I think today you've got more than just jokes.
I do have a few.
You've got serious commentary
I was the man on the street this week.
of one of my I'd say top 5 towns in the area.
Wow. High praise.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship with Red Bank, New Jersey.
I loved it.
You did?
I did. I met some great people. I had some great food. Was there for 2 days. It was great.
Well, old man Andy got to say that the parking in Red Bank is it drives me a little nutty sometimes.
Well, I also, being of old man style, have learned to get places early, midweek, so you don't have to worry about parking and crowds.
I guess, but it doesn't. There's a certain point where it just doesn't even matter what time you get there. If it's Friday, if it's Red Bank, and you want to get somewhere, parking is trouble.
Well,
but if you know the back streets like I do,
yes, that's
you
what
can
I
call
was
me
gonna say.
a backstreet boy.
Oh,
'cause-
well, okay. Show me the meaning. So before we get into Red Bank, though, how was your week? How was your weekend? Did you do anything fun? Where'd
Man,
you go?
I did. I actually did. Epic shouts to my buddy Ralph, who invited me out to. I think it's his favorite bands because he's always talking about what are they called? Homeless Apians.
Homo sapiens.
And then what was the other band?
Daughter Vision.
Daughter Vision. He's always talking about him. So
I
I
didn't know.
It out.
So it was great because I was there. I was watching the show. I get a text from you that you can see me.
Yes.
And I start looking around for a camera somewhere.
Mhm.
But no,
see
you actually showed up. That was great. It was a surprise.
I actually showed up.
That was what was that? Friday night,
That was Friday night.
right in Asbury Park at
Asbury Yacht Club.
Asbury Park Yacht Club. Yep.
It's a lovely place.
Yeah, it's great, and the music was great, and I didn't stay too late, but we
Mhm.
did see both shows.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you do this weekend?
What else did I do this weekend? Oh, I mean, aside from getting, I'm not trying to do any plugs, but I was getting, I was recording this weekend. I was recording the album.
Working
Epic
on the
shouts.
album.
Yeah, Joe Santo is coming in. He's producing it. He's helping me do the vocals. I've never had anyone that has actual, like, went to school for production, do the vocals on anything, and it was it's a very pleasant experience so far. It's a whole different world as opposed to, in the early days when I would you hit the record button, then you got to run into the other room and you got to record. So it's nice to have somebody that's professional that has it set up. It has a little talk box in front of the mic. So you could turn up, there's the playback so you could hear the engineer talking, and then you could turn up the music, and then you could turn up your vocals so you could hear what you're doing. So it was pretty involved. It was pretty nice.
You just went totally nerd on.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm excited. I'm excited to do it. I got an epic shouts to my wife because she's motivated me to actually get it done. She's like, "What are you gonna do with this?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just made. I was just making it." She's like, "Well, you're gonna finish it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll finish it someday."
So you mentioned last week, but What kind of album is it?
It's a rap album. I'm not gonna lie.
And I cannot lie.
I can't. I can't.
Yeah, so that's gonna be. I'm super excited. You know,
I
we've been
don't know.
talking about it behind, not in front of your face, behind your back. There's been some friend chatter about this album coming out. As
Positive,
well.
I hope.
Very positive. Yeah, everyone's really excited to
Hear me
see-
actually do something.
Yeah, well, we've heard bits and pieces.
You guys haven't never. Yeah, there's a whole other life that I lived before I moved back to New Jersey. I was out in the desert for 10 years, and then I came back here, and I had to like make all new friends, and like people that I was friends with moved on, moved whatever. I was back here during the most recent economic depression that we've experienced, and grinding my way up to the top, getting myself back into some kind of working, functioning mode. Then you have to be social. Then you have to go out. I was living in Seabright, and epic shouts to Seabright. I love Seabright. It's a great place, but there wasn't a lot going on, and that's when I really started going down to Asbury Park. When I was younger, my parents frightened me about Asbury Park. Asbury Park was like the scary town.
Yeah.
But and I was a wuss because I should have went down there because been awesome. It's always been awesome. You might have more than likely to get shot back in the day in certain areas. You still might get shot, in certain areas now, but it's less and less likely, and it's a beautiful area. But as we were saying as we introed the show, there's Asbury Park, and then there's Red Bank, and then there's everything else in between. But those are the two places if you want to go have fun and experience a little bit of wonderful local nightlife. There are other places to go, but as far as a town, like, oh, I'm going to Red Bank, or oh, I'm going to Asbury Park, you're not going to hear a lot of other towns where people are like, oh, I'm going here. They'll usually say a specific venue. But if you're going to go out, Red Bank or Asbury Park.
Well, funny you mentioned Red Bank.
Yeah.
Because, when I first came on to do the show, I was very nervous. I didn't know what I was going to contribute. I didn't know.
You didn't know who you were. You were finding yourself.
I was, right.
Yeah.
I had to find myself. And if you remember back to, I think, like episode 1 with me, I had gone and hit the streets of Asbury Park, and I had done some interviews, and I got this thing where I thought it'd be fun if I went to places and met people, and that kind of grew to how about I go visit towns along the Jersey Shore.
Boom.
And so this was the first stop on what I think I'm going to call my Coastline series.
Oh, wow. Leo Mack with the Coastline series. I love it.
So the New Jersey Transit has a line, the Coastline, that runs up and down the shore. So I'm going to hit at the top, which started with Red Bank, which was this week. So I did Red Bank week, 2 days in Red Bank.
Wow.
Tons of places, lots of pictures. So if you are watching the live stream on Facebook, or if you are listening to the podcast, you can definitely check out our Instagram, which is oh, no, it's not. It's not the.
There's no D, and there's a ton of underscores.
It's totally _local_podcast.
Or go to totallylocalpodcast.com. The links are on there, and the most recent episodes are on there too. All the episodes are on there, really.
And check out some of the pictures that are out there from Red Bank Week. I think what's so funny is I kind of have this thing where when I go out, I want to take more of an artistic picture, and I know I need to kind of leave that to my own personal Instagram. But what was so funny is I happened to just snap a picture of the Red Bank train station, says New Jersey Transit Red Bank, and that blew up on Instagram. It's got the most likes. I don't know.
Well, did you hashtag it with something? Is it like hashtag with boobs or something? Sorry. I don't know. So you put a hashtag on there, everybody likes it.
Okay.
Maybe
no,
you
but
didn't.
next time I will and see if that
You
ups
could.
the
I don't know.
likes.
We might not get the attention we desire.
Oh, no.
But before we get into the whole Red Bank excursion and my experience with Red Bank, I want to give an epic shout to Fine Health Kombucha.
This segment brought to you by.
Boom. This is ginger flavored, and I'm loving it. I had it I don't know, a little while ago. That's 3 berries, I believe. This one's rosemary mint. and it's very delicious. And my doctor recently told me I need to have more kombucha in my life, believe it or not. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but and I kid you not, I had this. They donated it to, I believe, a Root to Rise event, or when they were opening that new yoga studio in Belmar that Root to Rise was sharing, and they donated this, and it is really delicious. I'm not even, some of them I don't like. Some of them are either too sugary, kombuchas. Some of them are too sugary. Some of them are like just way too, I don't know, like just too healthy tasting. You know what I mean? Not like, you know what I mean when something's healthy tasting. It doesn't mean it tastes good. This actually tastes good,
Well,
and it's beautiful.
it comes in glass. It
Yeah.
looks beautiful. It's
Yeah.
vegan, gluten-free, and organic. I've never tried kombucha.
It's like a hippie soda.
So I'm going to give it a shot right now for the
All right.
first time live on the show.
All right.
And you're going to hear my
Oh, man.
honest feedback
Oh, wow.
about Fine Health kombucha. All right? I love Fine Health kombucha.
Perfect. Perfect. I'm glad that could have went one of two ways, and it went the best
actually,
way.
it is actually really good.
It is. It's
Um,
good for you too.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow. What flavor is this?
That one's the 3-berry one. 3 berries.
Nice. Awesome.
It's got probiotic lactobacillus cultures in there.
It'll keep you regular. Your poop's on time.
Exactly, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now on to Red Bank.
On to Red Bank.
Do you want me to get into my rant, or do you want to get into actually what you did a little bit before I go into my rant?
However you would like, sir.
Well, I rode the bus a lot as a child. I don't know if people are aware of this, but through grammar school, through all the way into high school, and into high school, I went to a Catholic high school for some reason. It was a huge waste of money. Don't send your kids there. As a matter of fact, all the children out there, go get your GED. Don't waste your time. There's more to life than going to stuff like that. I'm only partially kidding. Anyway. So I would get these, since I lived in Highlands, since I lived in the lowlands of the Highlands, I would get these voucher tickets to go into to school because Mater Day was not springing at the time to pick up my ass all the way in Highlands to go to Middletown. So they would give you these public transit tickets, and if you saved them up, you could use them to go anywhere. So I would ride the M24, epic shouts to the M24 public transit bus.
New Jersey Transit.
Yeah, from because they didn't have the yellow bus coming to Highlands. They were like, we're not going there. It's not our, disgusting. So I would save them, and I would go into Red Bank. And I loved, for some reason, I don't know, since a young age, I liked antique stores, I liked thrift shops, I liked comic books, I obviously liked magic cards, and, Red Bank,
Has it all.
Yeah, had it all, had it all. And I actually used to go before, I want to say it was called Comicology, before it was Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. And it used to be on, I believe, Monmouth Street. Yeah, see, thank you. So I would go there. And I would actually, at the time, Jay Muse was working at or it was, I guess, maybe right when they bought it, I used to go in there. Then they bought it, or Kevin Smith bought it, and then Jay used to work there. And he remembered my brother from growing up. And they had this overstock of magic cards, and all they cared about was comic books. So I would go in and be like, "Hey, you're Jimmy's little brother," and he would like hook me up with all like the card. He didn't, they didn't care, or he didn't know the value of them, and he would just sell me boxes and boxes of cards. Anyway, so I would go into Red Bank all the time. I'd go to Jack's when it was across the street. I remember buying one of my first Fish albums, CDs, I should say, over at Jack's when it was at that steak. I don't know. They moved across the street. Comicology, Jack. I used to go down to Marine Park. I wasn't one of the cool kids that went there, but all the hippie punk kids used to hang out down there. They used to have this weird like roof, like it was like a cement floor, and then it had like a roof. I don't know what was there, but anyway, people used to hang out all around there and smoke cigarettes when you weren't supposed to, and wear big baggy pants. And yeah, I used to walk around and hang out there all the time. And I go there now and I reminisce. It's a little different now. It's a little more upscale, funk you up.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the present day.
To the present day. Well, I was really excited about going to Red Bank, but I didn't want to plan anything because I wanted to just go in raw. I
Yeah.
love to just go in raw.
Oh, baby. I like it raw.
I checked out a couple of restaurants and I decided to go check out JBJ, John Bon Jovi's Soul Kitchen.
Mhm.
And it was a great start to the trip.
What would you have?
Well, before I get into that,
Okay.
so I don't know anything about what's happening. I walk into this restaurant. There's got these, seats of 4 and 6, and it's pretty empty. And they grab me up and they take me and they sit me down right next to someone else, and I'm just like, okay, so
That's weird.
Yeah.
Like right next to somebody.
right next.
That's
and
like when you go to the movie theater and it's empty, and then somebody
It
comes and
sits
sits
right
right next
next
to
to
you. You're
you.
like, what is wrong with you?
I know, but that's kind of what they do there. So it's a community
Oh,
restaurant.
so you
It's-
talk to
it's-
people.
You're supposed to, and it's
Did
really.
you talk to the person?
I had to, yeah. The person ended up being one of the volunteers there,
Oh,
who had injured herself, so she was just in town and wanted to come by and grab some.
she
some
injured
lunch.
herself.
She fell and hurt her arm.
Uh huh.
So
In the
wishing-
restaurant?
No,
Oh,
no.
I thought they were
no,
like just being
no,
real
no,
nice
no,
to
no.
her. John Bon Jovi's
and-
like, take care of her.
And her name was Jean Maxim. I want to give a speedy recovery
Oh yeah.
to
fix
her,
the arm.
and thank you for telling me all about this restaurant. We then quickly were joined by Jen Ham, who also volunteers there. She's done a lot of stuff, podcasts. She saw I had my Shared Universe
Oh,
jacket on, and she was
Picked them up at
as I
the
was
Shared
doing Red
Universe
Bank Week,
website.
right? And so she spotted it, and she was like, "I know Ming." So it was
Everybody knows my.
Everybody does. So it's just a great place. If you have the opportunity to go, the food was great. I had the soup.
kind of
Now
soup?
it was beet and beef.
Beaten beef.
Beet and beef.
Okay.
I wanted to try something different. It was really
That's
good.
different.
The Gene recommends the salmon, and everyone said it's really great. I don't know. If you want to go check it out, I would highly recommend it. There's 2 locations, so one's in
Oh,
Red Bank
there's
and one's in
2?
Tom's River.
I didn't know there was. They must have. They opened the first one in Red Bank.
Mhm.
They must have expanded.
They're expanding.
What's the deal? I mean, it's a
Good. That are you talking about like pay?
Yeah, I want to know the whole. They do it because it's like helpful in some way,
it's
but I
supposed
can't
to be-
remember.
think about a soup kitchen, right? If you are down on your luck, if you're having a hard time in life and you need to get some food, you would go to a soup kitchen and
Everybody
they would
gets hungry.
provide you with a meal. Well, this is a spin on that to give some dignity to people who may be in a rough situation. You're going to
Mhm.
sit down, you're going to have a nice meal, you're going to have cloth napkins, and they give you that experience. And if you find obviously those people may not be able to pay. So it's also open to the public, and if you want to donate
hmm
or volunteer, you can do that for payment.
So you could sit down, eat a meal, and be like, I don't really have the money to pay you, but I will work.
Which leads me to my point. How do you? So if I have soup,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I'm done eating,
Mm-hmm.
I have to go up now and donate.
Yeah.
She doesn't know I had soup.
I mean, you could dine and dash in any restaurant. I mean, you could technically run out of any restaurant, but I mean, I think it's on the honor system.
Well, you can't run out. Like you have to at least acknowledge the person potentially taking money.
Mm-hmm.
And if I only had soup,
Yeah.
and if I only said, okay, well, I'm going to donate $5, she doesn't know I had soup. So does she think that I had a full meal and is looking at me funny because I'm only giving $5?
See, there's no minimum. You could just go up and be like, I'm gonna pay
You could pay nothing if you want. I mean, I guess.
and not volunteer.
I mean, you'd be
That's
a
beautiful
horrible
system.
person.
Yeah, I mean that really you'd have to be like a serial killer to go in there and
Right.
eat soup and then just stare at
You
everyone
might as
and
well
walk
get the
out.
full salmon dinner or,
Yeah.
some crazy steak.
You go in and order 2 meals. I'd like 2 salmon dinners. There's
The
only one of
dessert,
you.
I want an appetizer.
It's for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
want
it's
it
gotta-
to go.
It's an honor system. I'm sure people don't abuse it. I hope people don't abuse it, but a soup. You didn't give him $5 for the soup,
I
did you?
gave 30.
You wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was under pressure.
You were under. That's how they get you.
That is how they get you.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
They're rolling in it because, well, I mean, they're donating and whatnot, but
Well,
they're
I also noticed that there were a lot of people who looked like they may not be able to give back for their families that were there having dinner. So you do want to go help out. And again, if you want to check out the food, or if you are thinking about volunteering, check out jbjsoulkitchen.org. You can sign up to volunteer there. You can see when they're open. They're not open a lot, and that was something that I wasn't expecting. It was like 2 hours.
So you lucked out.
I did. Well, I knew what time they were going to. I checked before. I did a little bit of research.
Okay, that's good.
So definitely go check out there. So after that,
Uh-huh.
I decided to walk around.
Sorry. A little kombucha burp.
What is this show? And I went to Riverside Gardens Park. So is that where you were saying that you were going and people were smoking cigarettes and wearing baggy jeans back in the day?
No, Marine Park was like
Okay.
further down. They
Okay.
ripped down that roofed structure so people wouldn't hang out down there anymore, and they cleaned it up. No, and then they have the other park that's right on Front Street now. It's nice. It's a nice park.
It's nice.
I mean,
yeah.
they're both nice parks. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
Riverside Gardens Park, great place. It's on Front Street. They're going to have events all year round, so definitely with concerts. They're going to do fitness things, so you want to check out Red Bank's website to see all the events that are happening there. And they have a really interesting, it kind of stopped me in my tracks, this 9/11 memorial. You can see a little bit of it on our Instagram. We have pictures of it up there. So that was pretty, it just makes you kind of humble and realize that as you're getting this experience, Red Bank Week, and walking around, it kind of takes you back and makes you, really grateful for the opportunities that you do have. And then they have for this really, with the kids, this read and walk, where you kind of walk through the park and you're reading a kid's story, and they update them. So I thought that was
really?
pretty, I did actually
Wow,
enjoy
you
that,
really
so.
you really dug in. I want to get back to the whole, just for a second, the
JBJ Soul Kitchen.
Soul Kitchen.
Yeah.
Soup.
Yeah.
You have a bowl. That was a bowl, right?
It was a shallow bowl.
I
yeah.
would say, but if you wanted more, you could have said, "I want some more beaten beef
Can I
soup."
have some more,
Yeah.
please? Yeah.
I would say a donated bowl of soup, if you want to be helpful, would be like $12.
Yeah.
I think that you could get away with 6, but if you want to help out, I'd say a $12 donation for soup. What do you agree?
I agree.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. I want to go check that place out. That's cool. Every time I go to Red Bank, though, I just there's a couple places I like to hit up, but I'll have to expand my horizons.
That was of everything that I did while I was in Red Bank for the 2 days. That was my favorite place in terms of feeling welcome, like I was just amongst friends. That I was in a really a nice place. So definitely check it out if you get. And I want to hear your feedback, and I want to hear what you ate and how much you donated. So Friday of this week, this past Friday was Margarita Day.
Margarita Day, where?
All over the world.
Margaritaville?
Yeah, so everybody was celebrating. They were having margaritas. The downtown hosted a margarita event, so you can get some cool margaritas for I think it was like $5. I checked out the downtown.
I like the downtown.
I thought it was okay.
You thought it was okay?
They were out of a lot of the things I wanted to eat.
They were out of?
Yeah, I
things?
had to keep kind of
You looked at the menu. They hand you a menu.
They
You
hand me a
looked
menu.
at it. You said,
Yeah.
I want this. They said, we don't have that. You're like, all right, I want this. They said they don't have that? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Was it the specials or was it stuff off the menu?
Off the menu.
That's kind of bad. I don't want to be a negative Nancy here, but that's pretty bad.
Well,
Come on, downtown, get it together.
We eventually settled on some spinach and artichoke dip.
Okay.
But I will say one thing that I was most impressed with the downtown is their staff.
Yeah, friendly?
The funny, lively, great people. I happened to be served by, he said that he wanted to go by D. So we'll call him D.
All right.
But
Hello,
if you have
D.
the opportunity to go downtown, definitely want to sit with
Say
he's
hi
a
to D
bartender.
downtown.
Yep, and he will make you laugh as well as make you some great
Man.
drinks. So I did do that as well. So by this point, I was getting pretty full.
Well, full of something. Margaritas. You had beet soup for dinner, and then you jump into margaritas. I mean, I don't know.
Figured, why don't we walk that off
Yeah.
by going over to Dublin House?
Okay. Well, yeah. Why don't we walk that off and go to another bar? Dublin House is a classic. It's in the
Well,
heart of Red Bank.
what do you know about Dublin House? Like, tell me about your experiences at Dublin House.
Well, I've been drunk there before. I mean that's every time I come home from college or come home from not living around here, that's where I would meet my friends, would be at the Dub.
Have
We'd
you ever
go.
seen bands there?
I believe I have seen bands there. Yes,
Mm.
yeah, in the back. I haven't seen them inside. Do they
Right.
play inside or in the back?
I've seen they've remodeled a couple
Oh,
of times,
uh-huh.
and so now, from my experience, they're inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Well, did you know
Uh huh.
that Dublin House is
Yeah.
one of the top 5 haunted restaurants or bars
No.
in New Jersey?
No way,
Way, and it's haunted by Mrs. Patterson.
Mrs. Patterson.
Yeah. So Dublin House goes back to 1840 when it used to be an inn, and she resided there.
Uh-huh.
She was killed off in a not so pleasant way, and now she haunts the place.
How was Mrs.
I
Patterson
cou-
done away with?
she wants to hold that to the chest. She doesn't want that information out.
What are you talking about?
I couldn't find it.
You Doesn't anybody there know?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Are
I
you making
figured-
this up?
No, you can Google it, and it's right on.
You
it
can
goes-
Google it. Google Mrs. Patterson. I mean, come on. They don't know
Oh,
how she
God.
died?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
She's
guess-
murdered.
Okay,
There
but
you
probably
go.
pushed down the stairs. That's what
Yeah.
I'm getting the vibe of.
Neck broken.
Yeah. Oh, you lead the way, Mrs. Patterson. Okay, just follow me down. Oh my God, it's heavens
Oh,
of Betsy.
Poor Mrs. Patterson.
Oh man, and she haunts the place.
And she haunts the
do,
place.
do we have any like tales of
Yes.
what she does?
Yes. Now that
Okay.
I can give you.
All right.
So when they were remodeling it
Mm-hmm.
about 20 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
there were all these crazy things that would happen. Doors would open, freshly put up construction would be knocked down by
my God.
nobody. And they said, well, this is Miss Patterson. She doesn't want her home changed.
And then they said, "Too bad, Mrs. Patterson, because you're a ghost."
Yes.
And they just put it up anyway. They remodeled the upstairs too. I mean, that was years ago, but like, you know, it's they redid it in there. It looks really nice. It
It
gets
does.
super crowded, which is never
Oh,
it's not a
good
bad
times.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad because I don't want to go in there if it's crowded, but you know, it's definitely if you get a chance, anyone out there, you could check out on YouTube. I've posted it on my personal Facebook, but there's a found footage little short film I made called "Search for Esser," and it features prominently a lot of Red Bank, a lot of old school '90s footage from Red Bank that my older brother shot because he used to be a man about town in Red Bank back in the day. But I want to hear more stuff about Mrs. Patterson. That's all you got. There's
That's
no more.
all I got. But
A
for
couple of pieces of plywood fell and sounded good.
But listen, if anybody listening to the show wants to hear more about Mrs. Patterson, why don't you go out and go over to Dublin House and ask her?
I don't.
She's
nah,
there
I'm not-
waiting. Go at
I think we
nighttime.
should maybe do like a Scooby Doo episode where we go to different haunted places and check it out.
Already on my list of
Oh,
upcoming
really? There is
episodes.
a scary house over in Leonardo that, like, I believe it's. I don't quote me on this, but I think it's called the Dempsey House, and it is scary from the outside, and it bugs me out. Bugs me out.
What are we gonna do? Just knock on the door?
It's like it's like there, but it's made of like stone. It's like this you know, it's built very sturdily and it's very very old, but it's all boarded up and it's creepy as hell. I'll take a, you know what? I'll take a, next time I'm up there, I'm gonna take a picture.
Why don't you go inside and take pictures?
Well, I mean, it would be trespassing. I wouldn't,
Mm.
you know, I wouldn't do that. I don't want to go by myself.
Wink,
That's
wink.
what happens.
No,
That's what
how you
happens.
if you ever want to meet a ghost, you have to go places by yourself.
I mean, I don't know if I would like. I don't know if I would really want to experience. Part of me does, part of me doesn't. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
kind of like a pedicure. Like part of me
What?
would do it, part of me, yeah.
no, that you should do.
Is that what you trying to tell me something? Well, hauntings. That's scary. You can't invite. You've ever seen a horror movie? You can't like invite that into your life because once you do, then you're gonna get haunted.
Here's what we're gonna do.
All right.
We're gonna get what is it, a Ouija board?
Oh
And
no.
let's just go to Dublin House, get a table in the back, and see what
Oh
happens.
my, this is the beginning of every horror movie. We're just gonna do it for fun.
Just for fun.
Leo, where'd you go?
I get knocked down the stairs,
Oh man.
going to the bathroom,
You
and
get
now it's Miss
possessed.
Patterson
You-
and Lee.
you-
Oh my
You
God,
come out
take
all
Dublin House.
possessed with like
Oh,
a red wig
you know
on and
what?
like a Victorian dress.
If I can guarantee you, if I die in Dublin House, I'm going to haunt.
I would
Dublin
never. I would
House
never go
so
in
hard.
there. You would just judge me from beyond.
Yeah,
It's
you'd
like,
be
are you wearing
laughing
that?
at.
What are you wearing?
Where did you get that jacket?
You look like a fool. A fool.
All right. Enough about Dublin House.
Okay.
So then I feel
Did you get a drink at Dublin House?
always?
Okay.
You have to get a drink or an
What
appetizer.
did
when
you get like a
visit these
beer?
places.
Yeah, you do. It doesn't really
At
count.
this point, I was so like, I just need
keep
like
going?
I need a quick light.
Yeah, it's margarita
beer.
day, but you can't have too many because it'll be margarita weekend of
Yeah.
hell.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad. Let's talk a little bit about Juanitos.
Oh yeah, I just pulled it up on here. Did you see? I wanted to look up the name, but that's the Mexican restaurant that I love.
Really?
That's the one that I think is, one of the best in in the area in Monmouth County. There's
I heard that.
yeah, there's different kinds of, from living in New Mexico, there's New Mexican food, which is its own cuisine. There's like there's like Mexican seafood. There's all different kinds. It's not just like Mexico and they all eat the same food,
Mhm.
and then it's like people interpret it differently. But I like Juanitos. I like how they make stuff. And I love enchiladas.
I was thinking about trying that. I tried some experimental dish.
What did you get?
I got grilled chicken breast
Uh-huh.
with cheese sauces and spinach.
What the fuck? Why would you do that? That's like going to
I wanted to try something I hadn't had before.
No, you go at the state. If you go to like a new restaurant and they serve burgers, that's the
Yeah.
first thing you get is a burger because a burger tells you everything you need to know. At a Mexican place, you got to get like a burrito, a friggin' enchiladas. Like you got to get something like traditional. But anyway, how was it?
It was okay.
It was okay.
So, what I'm impressed with
Uh-huh.
was how fast the food came out.
The hand-painted chairs.
Notice so this is another instance where I'm saying what impressed me was the people, or what
Uh-huh.
impressed me was how fast they served the food.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I was impressed by the food.
Well, you got like chicken and spinach.
Well,
I
it
mean,
was
you're-
on their menu. That was what they had on the menu.
I guess. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you go to a Mexican place, you got to get the staples.
Well, I did have all the chips and dips
Oh,
and
it's
the
good.
nachos and all of that fun stuff,
Mhm.
and it was really good. And again,
I'm burning through this kombucha. It's really good.
there's another one for you.
I know.
too.
I can't. I mean, let's not get
I
crazy
don't know
here.
what happens if you drink two.
I don't know either. I might just steal this other one though.
Let's talk about Jay and Silent Bob.
Okay.
What a cool door they have.
I mean, yeah, it's a great spot. I commend them for taking it from Comicology. It was a tiny store, and then they kind of just made it their own. Like, it's very stylish in there.
It's very dark in there.
Is it dark?
Yeah, I thought they were closed when I walked in, but the guy who works there,
Uh huh.
very biting,
Uh huh.
like smart mouth but funny.
Uh-huh.
If you think that's funny,
Mhm.
and I had a good time. I thought that he was really nice. I really didn't understand that comics are a real thing happening in 2019.
What are you talking about?
There are comics that are coming out every week.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Huge part of my life was comic books.
Really?
I'm not an avid. I have attention deficit issues, so like I wasn't a really strong reader, but I got really super into comic books, like where I would like visualize myself inside the world of the comic. I would get really
Wow.
into it, and I'd go down to Katz's in Highlands. I'd get comics. Wolverine was one that I ordered so that I could make sure I got it to my house as soon as it was ready. And Wolverine was my absolute 100 favorite. Wolverine was the man. Yeah,
But did you know that the show was also the setting for the reality show Comic Book Man?
I did know that.
Mm.
Did they have anything like set up in there? Sometimes they have a sign on the outside like where they're shooting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and if you just walk in, they might be shooting something. Yeah.
I've heard of the show, but I've never actually seen it.
It's an interesting show. I mean, it's like it's a reality TV show, but it's like for nerds. So like they talk about comic books. People bring in their stuff. Hijinks ensue.
Oh,
Yeah,
hijinks.
yeah. I think it's on Amazon Prime. I think it was on Netflix. It probably is still on Netflix.
Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Count Basie Theater.
Oh yeah, they changed the name.
Did they?
It's now some friggin' some hospital bought it out, so it's now like some boring like Meridian blah 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 name, but everybody knows it's Count Basie.
Well, I wanted to go see a show because it's Red Bank Week.
Yeah.
And Juanito's just wasn't enough Red Bank for me. I needed to get real Red Bank. So I
Okay.
went over to the Count Basie
Hmm.
to see if I could let me just go to a show tonight. Well, they didn't have any shows. But they do have some coming up. So I'm going to read you the list of shows that are coming up in
They
the
got some
next
good
30
shows.
days and tell me whether or not you would go. Ready?
Okay.
Cheap Trick,
Maybe
228. Monkeys.
like the Monkeys.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they? Is one of them dead now? If it's all the surviving monkeys, I think one of them's dead. If it was all four of them, I would go. And if it's at least three of them, I might.
Okay.
If it's less than three monkeys, I'm not
Jeez.
going.
Well, then that's just sad.
That's not enough
Is it-
monkeys.
It's monkey.
Yeah, it's just one
Just
monkey.
one.
It's just Davy Jones.
Oh, that's sad.
When is that?
3-5.
I love the monkeys.
You should go.
I'll think about it.
And then I want to know which one of I'm going to one of these things. I want you to tell me which one you think that I'm going to go to once I
Okay.
get the Technicolor Dream.
I mean, that's the one you would go to. That's the one you would go to. That's the one.
That's going to be on 3/8. Moving on.
Uh-huh.
Bob Weir
Okay.
on 3/14.
That's
and
interesting. I wonder if that
15.
that's probably sold out, right?
No, there were tickets available. On
Really?
the site. Yeah.
I wonder if our hippie friends are going.
Probably not. I would think they don't know about it, but maybe after listening to the episode.
Maybe, yeah.
they'll
Maybe if they're
know.
listening at home, get your tickets.
Portland Cello Project doing OK Computer.
Huh. I love me some good cello, and OK Computer is a pretty great album.
That's March 19th. And the last one I have is Dane Cook on 3/29.
Dane Cook gets a bad rap, and I'm not sure he's probably laughing about all the recent scandalous things that have gone on with the person that really kind of called him out on a lot of BS, which is either true or not true. I'm not one to say. But I remember secretly liking Dane Cook, and then there's all this backlash, where people are, oh, he's stupid, blah, blah, blah. And I thought he was funny, but I could never really say that to people because then I would be judged.
I think he's hilarious.
I think he's funny.
Okay, so of all of those shows, Cheap Trick, Monkeys, Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoats, Bob Weir, OK Computer, and Dane Cook. Where am I going?
It's a toss-up between Dane Cook and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yes, but you have to pick one.
Oh man, if it really came down to it, I'm going with the musical.
No.
Oh,
I've never.
You love the theater.
I do not.
You love
I
the
don't,
theater.
I don't. I'm going to see Dane Cook on 3/29. I'll be there at
wow.
8 p.m.
Wow!
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's my first comedy show.
I love a good comedy show.
Yeah, I love.
We got to
that.
do a totally local Atlantic City trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go down there, rent a room, go see a show, hang out at one of my favorite places in AC, the Boo-Ray. Epic shouts to Pat Fasano and Diana Marie out there, holding it down at the Boo-Ray. They're opening another Bond Street down there. Anywho, so you're gonna go to the Dane Cook show?
I am. Yeah,
He's been on some recently. He had a gig, and he's got a little buzz going on. Maybe it's because he's doing these shows.
Yep, he's going on tour. So I knew that he was going on tour, and when I saw that he would be right there,
Good for him.
I said I gotta go check this out.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. So, guess what?
What?
I got you something.
Oh no! I love gifts.
Here you are.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh my! What is it? What can it be?
Yeah, a bunch of things.
Okay, let's see. Oh look, a giant Clerks bumper sticker. I'm gonna put this on my computer. Boom. Wow. All right. Cool. I love me a good sticker. Oh sweet. A Battlestar Galactica comic book.
I know you love BSG.
I do love BSG.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I guess this is the story from this week.
All
What
right.
happens in Battlestar Galactica?
It's amazing.
Is it? I'm glad you think
Oh
so.
man, yeah. I've been wanting to read more. I've been wanting to get away from my computer, and I've been like, oh, I should pick up some comic books. So, yeah, I like this. I can really dig in deep. All right, sweet. Oh, Hope is delicious.
So part of the $30 that I gave to Soul Kitchen went in for the mug. So I wanted to get you some.
Look at that.
Yeah.
A delicious coffee out of a wonderful mug for a great cause.
Yep.
And then we got some name tags
We
in
got
here.
some name tags.
Here you go. Here's your fun employee tag.
Here's my fun employee tag.
What's the name of the God, this is from Clerks 2, but I forget it's like Moobies or something. I think it's called Moobies.
I don't know. I just stabbed my finger trying to get this on. We're putting on our name tags. If you're watching the show on the live stream, you see that?
Boom. Here we go. Perfect. Wow, gifts. I love it.
So when we do the Coastline series, the Coastline tour, everywhere I go,
People know your name.
well, no, you get a gift. So
Oh, even better.
What stands out from my experience? So
Sweet.
enjoy your Battlestar Galactica.
I will. Wow, that was really thoughtful, Leo. Thank you so much.
So
I love a good mug.
I have a question for you.
Sure. Shoot.
Where should the Coastline series go next?
Oh man, I mean, tell me where does the only place I go is to I'd go to Red Bank.
We already went to Red
I know,
Bank.
so I can't really think of where else do you go?
Well, it is the Coastline tour, right? So the options are
Uh-huh.
either Seabright or Little Silver.
Wait a second. There's no train that goes to Seabright.
I just really don't want to go to Little Silver.
I mean, I would say that the Seabright trip is going to be interesting. I would say you might have to wait a minute to go to Seabright. Wait till it gets a little nicer out.
Well, I mean, the whole every you could say that about every.
I mean, I just think that there's probably more in Little Silver to actually hit up. It's not going to be. I mean, those are your two options. Isn't there any
I'm
other
going
towns?
along the train.
You can't just
line.
bop around.
No.
How many stops are there?
20?
I think you could skip around.
No, you know I like to be. You know.
Well, if you're gonna, hold on a second. Hold on, rewind it back a second, because you said Seabright, and then you're like, it's not even on. So if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it right.
But if you're gonna go to Seabright and you need to take a train,
You're not gonna walk from Little Silver to Seabright.
No, but you would
die.
take the train to Little Silver, and then you get a cab, and then you go to Seabright.
I think if you really want to make a challenge here, if you really want to like challenge yourself, you'll go to Little Silver
Oh my God.
and party your ass off.
Okay, all right. Well, Little Silver stop 2 on our Coastline series tour.
Oh man, that
Yeah.
sounds exciting.
I guess I googled pictures of it. Doesn't
There's not.
it's
There's,
gonna be a challenge?
it's gonna be a challenge, but
Yeah.
it's one. There's a couple of areas that you could go to, but you might have to walk a little bit. So
I think your gift will be, some dirt in a Ziploc bag.
I got there.
Some grass.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. Well, I have a couple of upcoming events. Do you want to hear about
I
them?
do. I do want to hear them.
Well, this week coming up, 3/4 to 3/14, so I guess the next 2 weeks, is Restaurant Week in Red Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Red Bank,
Yes.
are you going to be going to Restaurant Week to check out some of the good food, the good restaurants?
Of course I am.
The See Here Now Festival released the lineup finally.
I know. I'm really kind of still contemplating. I should just get I should just get tickets.
So, did hearing or let me read you a couple names.
Seeing, hearing, or nowing.
Dropkick Murphys,
Meh.
Dispatch,
Hmm.
Rainbow Kitten Surprise,
Nah.
Joan Jett,
Eh.
B-52s,
Mm-hmm.
Struts,
Hmm?
Sharon Von Eaton.
Mm-mm.
How about Cat Power?
Yeah, Cat Power. I heard that
Really?
they were coming. Yeah, because of I thought they were doing the film festival that's coming up in Asbury Park. The film festival that's coming up looks pretty interesting.
That actually does look interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can get a press pass for that.
All we got to do
Hit
is
us up.
make one up by, going on Adobe,
Just
print it out,
going on and
laminate it.
printing.
Here's my press pass.
Here's. I mean, maybe we get somebody on from the film festival.
I'm sure we could do that.
Yeah.
Pigeons playing ping pong.
I love me some PPPGD. Wait, pigeons playing ping pong. Oh, it's all P's. PPPP.
Mm-hmm. friend of the show, Anthony D'Amato, had big news this week.
We talked about this before
We
even.
got inside
We
information.
got inside
We
scoops,
did.
people. We got the scoops.
Okay. Do you know what the event is?
Yes,
Okay,
Queen.
So, oh.
Boom.
All right. So he is going to be doing
He's doing a Queen
a
tribute
Queen
show.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I think the graphics, whoever is doing his graphic design work, is just phenomenal. Because that Yas Queen, it's like a card, it's like a playing card. You should check it out. Go to Remember Jones' Facebook page and you can see it. But the graphics for the flyer are pretty dope.
Yeah. You can also see it on his Instagram.
The
and
gram.
It's like a card, and it just says Yas Queen with Remember Jones.
Yeah,
And so
Yes.
the dates for that are going to be on April 28th.
it's at Count Basie.
It's at Count. Everything is full circle.
Yeah, it really is, especially in this area.
And then the pre-sale begins on 2/26. Are you going to go see Yas Queen?
I think that would be one of the shows I would like to see at Count Basie, but they already went on sale. It might have been sold. It might have been sold out already. But we should see.
Well, it's pre-sale 2/26, public sale 3/2.
I wonder if he would like hook it up. He said he was like, "Oh, you want to go to the 808 show?" And if I didn't have prior engagements, I would have went. I wonder if it's too much to be like, "Hey, man."
Well, you should text.
Well, you got it. Your guys are like super good friends. Like he doesn't. The only way I got him on the show is when you joined the show, and then he decided to go on the show.
All right, I have some quotes for you,
Okay.
and I want you to tell me who said it. I'm going to give you 3 quotes, and you tell me
The ghost of Mrs. Patterson.
who said it. Ready? Quote 1.
Look out for those stairs.
Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you.
That would be Dr. Seuss.
No! You're supposed to hold out for all 3 quotes. Well, here's quote 2. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. And quote 3 is, I meant what I said and I said what I meant, which don't get confused with, I said what I said, which was actually Nene Leakes.
Wait, are these all quotes from the same person?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're all Dr. Seuss.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
I got it right?
Yes, they're all
Oh,
Dr. Seuss.
I was joking because it rhymed.
Oh, well, Dr. Seuss's birthday, sorry for the page flipping noise. Dr. Seuss's birthday is on 3/2. And we're going to have a big birthday
Is
party.
he
for
from New
him.
Jersey? Is he totally local?
Sure.
Okay.
But we're going to have a big birthday for him in Asbury Park in the public library. And they're going to have snacks and they're going to read books.
Oh,
And
really?
I am in on it.
Perfect.
Yeah, I want my cookies and my milk.
Uh-huh.
And I want
And
to
your
just
Dr.
sit there Indian style. I might not be able to get up anymore. And I just want to
push
hear
you
people
over.
reading. Yeah, Dr. Seuss.
That's
I love
beautiful.
Dr. Seuss. So that's what I have for the week.
Wow, that was great.
Yeah.
That was incredible. You
Mm.
really went for it this week with Red Bank.
I really enjoyed myself. And again, definitely want to give a shout out to all the people that I met and whose names I probably won't ever remember, so I'm not going to go there. But I wrote down Gene Maxim and Jen Hom, and they really kind of gave me a great start. They told me all these places to go to that they told me where to go. So
Mhm.
they really helped me out, and I wanted to
Oh,
say
wow.
thanks.
They kind of led you on your
Yeah,
journey.
I had no idea where I was going or where anything was, and I
Uh-huh.
sat there. I also went to antique shops. I went to small stores,
There's
big
a couple
stores.
good ones.
tea
There's a crystal
shops.
shop there. I can't remember when it was. It used to be called, or there was one in town called Magical Rocks, and that's what I would do. I would go buy comic books, magic cards, antiques. I go to Backward Glances. Now they're in Asbury Park, but they used to be there. And then I would go buy crystals because I'm a weirdo.
Did you do? Oh, you can bring your crystals to the Dublin House when we do our spells.
Oh, yeah.
For Miss Patterson.
I mean, it sounds a little spooky. I think we should do maybe a little haunted investigation. Maybe go to and fro. Oh, I'm a little Dr. Seuss in myself right now. That was amazing. There's so much to Red Bank, but you got to understand that with Red Bank, I think that Asbury Park is more like a whiling out kind of a town, where
Right.
Red Bank is more of like we're going out for the evening kind of a town. There's
Yeah.
not like a crazy club. There used to be that one club on Front Street. I think they shut it down unless they just changed the name of it. But there's no like it's not like crazy nutty. I don't think. I think it's a little more subdued, a little more.
There's lots more kids there, just parents with their kids walking up and down the streets. Yeah, I feel like Asbury Park at night, you don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But Red Bank, you're pretty sure you know what you're gonna eat.
You know where you're gonna go. You have a
Yeah.
plan. You
Yeah.
go there. You do it. You're
Yeah.
done. You know, Broad Street, Mama Street, White Street. Those are pretty Front Street. Those are the streets that you should hit up. And it's a different. You know, the day there's something to do. At night there's something to do. I remember I don't know if I had a DJ gig there. It might have been. I think maybe I was going to meet Mike Merrill there. And it was like you can't find anywhere to park on a Friday if you're going early. If you're going at like 8 p.m., all the people that were there all day should be leaving, but they're kind of straggling. And then the people that are coming in are getting parking. So the parking, if you can't tell or not, old man Andrew doesn't like it when he has to find parking, basically, is what I'm saying.
You do not like that issue at all.
No, that's why I like the Uber.
Yes.
It's so fancy when you Uber.
One quick shout out as well to the pizza place.
Mr. Pizza
Mr.
Slice.
Pizza Slice. Yeah, he actually. I really wanted to do a thing on that, but you want to hear a special behind the scenes thing happening?
Yeah.
Besides all the noise in the background.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm doing a best pizza in New Jersey. It's Shore special. So I am trying pizza all over the place. I am tabulating my findings.
I'd like to go to some pizza places.
And then we're gonna do a special part of the Coastline series is gonna be.
But wait a second. There's a difference between there's like a sit down place where you can get a pie.
No,
and then there's like a slice place.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I'm talking about. Just a slice of pizza. I want it reheated up. I want to sit there. I
Yeah.
want to have 3 bites of it because I don't want to lose my ab.
Your ab.
I don't
Well,
wanna-
that's
and then I just go on to the next.
the
spot.
best pie in the area. There's Vic's in Bradley Beach, where if you want to get a pie, and then there's Pete and Elda's, which you can't beat the bar pie there. You really can't beat it. I had to go.
Where's Pete and Elda's?
Pete and Elda's on 35 in Neptune City.
I just was there this past weekend.
Oh, you were?
I get around.
You do get around, Leo.
And I had the bar pie.
It's the best. It's so delicious. It's so good, but it's a bar pie, so it's different than a normal pie.
It's not. Yeah.
Man, my in-laws. I went with my in-laws up to talk about totally local. We were up in like, geez Louise, where were we? Like Old Bridge or somewhere. I forget where it is. My wife's gonna kill me if she's listening to this, but they love this place called Skiartino's, and it's just like I go there because they're celebrating. Oh, let's go there. They all get excited. They want to go there, and the pizza just is not. It's just not good. It's just
Really?
not. Yeah, it's like the sauce is really like sweet, and it's just nothing to write home about. I'm like, we got to go here for this pizza, but I'm not feeling it. I want to go there and just be like, can I just get a salad or something, or because it's just not. And it was burnt last time, and nobody said anything. So I'm not gonna be the one. I'm glad I have this outlet to complain. Because I'm not going to be the friggin' a-hole that's there with my in-laws being like, this pizza isn't really good, guys,
I actually like my pizza a little burnt.
I guess it depends, but if you saw what I was dealing with here, it was not like, was not the best pizza in my opinion. So Mr. Pizza Slice, it's under new ownership, but it's still the same oven. So, the previous owner was such a sassy, curmudgeonly, I don't know. He was interesting. He would give you to talk smack while you're ordering pizza. But I used to go there obviously when I would be there, and they have French fries, but they're like round. They're like little discs.
Okay.
They're delicious. I would get that and then a slice of pizza, and I'd be so happy. I'm trying to think of like you're talking about just the place where they heat it up and they give it to you. So I'm trying to think of some other places where where that's available in and around the area. Do you have places that you're gonna go that you have specifically picked out?
Yeah, and I've already tried and taking notes on, and it's gonna be something that obviously I can't eat 80 slices of pizza in a week.
No, it's like a scientist. You got to like compile the data.
It's take me a few more weeks of data, but that is coming up.
Anyone out there that has any recommendation for slices, like a slice shop, not like a whole pie, because it's established which ones are the good places to go.
Right.
But a good. It's hard to there's what are you judging it by? I mean,
just like. Sometimes when you have a really good slice of pizza, like everything stops.
True.
And
very
you
true.
And I just want, I know being from Jersey my whole life, I know a good slice of pizza.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Well,
crispiness, how big it is,
see, I
price.
I wanted to go to I wanted to do a bagel
I know.
journey.
How's that going?
I mean, I can't commit to it right now because I'm not supposed to be eating, and it's just a big piece of bread.
Right.
So,
Well, I
might.
figured Jersey Shore is famous for its pizza slices.
Yeah.
So a break between my coastline stops will be my my pizza slice episode.
Is there any pizza? Oh, there is a pizza. There's a pizza place on the boardwalk, isn't there? I can't think of one.
I don't think there is.
Well, you'd think so because boardwalks, pizza.
Isn't there? So we're talking about Asbury Park.
Yeah.
Isn't there?
There's something in the ping pong place,
Yeah,
but it's
I was
like
gonna
that's not
say,
like
right.
that's not like
Right.
that's like heated up frozen. I don't know what that is, but that's not normal pizza. That's not normal pizza. There used to be. I don't know. My brain is a little foggy. So I guess that's the Red Bank Edition episode.
That's the Red Bank episode.
I
yeah.
want to thank you so much for coming on the show as a co-host and a guest and telling us all about Red Bank and your
Yeah.
experience. So you give thumbs up to Red Bank?
I give thumbs up to Red Bank. I would go back to Red Bank again. I actually want to go back and just do some daytime hangout, daytime shopping, have some coffee,
Yeah.
maybe grab some dinner early and then head out. More so than I would want to go out and just party at night.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely recommend it if you want to just do something on a Saturday or Sunday. Check out some shops, really cool things, art galleries galore. Stuff
Mhm.
like that. If you want to just have that experience with you or your family, your
Good
friends,
date
go ahead
night.
and do it. Yeah, absolutely.
Good
Early
date night. Yeah,
Like, I
there's-
want to go out. We're gonna have dinner at 7.
There's the independent movie theater there, which is lovely. Then there's Count Basie, and it's kind of like it's a great place to go see a show, to go take out your significant other onto a lovely evening of wonder. And I look forward to this pizza excursion, and I look forward to your trip to Little Silver.
Thank you. I'm a little nervous.
When are you? These are just going to be every few weeks? Do you think you're gonna? It's not going to be every week. You're going to be going somewhere.
Well, we have guests that do come on the show every
Yeah.
once in a while. As
Yeah,
well.
we do. We do.
Every probably once or twice a month, I will
Alright.
hit up a spot. You never know when I will show up.
Yeah, so be ready. All the Little Silver
all
shops.
the little silver shops and people.
Well, I think that's our show.
I think that's our show.
Thank you to you and Red Bank and to let's see here. What is it called? Oh yes,
This
Fine
is
Health
Fine
Kombucha.
Health Kombucha.
I'm just gonna finish this. I think I'm gonna take that one with me. It was really delicious. Thanks to Ming, always Shared Universe Podcast Studio. Thanks for Leo for going on this epic adventure.
Thank you, Stitch Fix, for my cool jacket.
Oh yeah, looking good.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye.